Unit 24. Going up. The movement of people and freight within relatively confined areas such as office buildings, airport terminals, and large ships is usually accomplished by means of elevators, escalators, or moving sidewalks. Elevators, or lifts, carry passengers and freight up and down. Escalators are moving staircases from one story of a building to the next. Moving sidewalks carry people horizontally or at a slight incline. When it became possible to construct tall, multi-storied buildings in the 19th century, the need arose to move people and freight from one level to another. Staircases are not practical in tall buildings. The mechanism invented for such use was the elevator, and the invention of the elevator, moreover, made even taller buildings possible. Most modern elevators are pulled from above by steel cables. A cable-hoisted elevator travels up and down inside a shaft, which has doors opening from within at each floor. Above the shaft, in its own room, is an electric motor with a governor to control speed. There is also a panel of switches and relays to control stopping, starting, and reversing. The steel cables that support the car are looped around a drum attached to the driving motor. The greater the weight in the car, the tighter the cables grip the drum. And from the drive mechanism, the cables drop down the depth of the elevator shaft, holding a heavy counterweight. The first commercial installation of an electrically driven passenger elevator was in 1889 in the Demarest building in New York City. This elevator used an electric motor to drive a winding drum in the basement. Push-button controls were introduced in 1894, and in 1915, automatic car leveling was introduced. This control took over at each floor to guide the car to a precisely positioned stop. Power control of doors was added shortly thereafter. Most modern elevators are completely automatic. The earliest control system was the single push button panel, allowing the riders to control the car. Group automatic operation of two or more cars keeps them spaced at specific intervals. This type of control is normally used in heavy traffic areas. Today, most elevators have inner and outer doors and will not operate unless both sets of doors are closed. There are usually photoelectric devices to keep doors from closing while passengers are entering or leaving. Because of the possibility of breakdowns, most elevators have alarm systems and a telephone that connects to an outside exchange. Unit 25. Hang gliding. The dream of flight is perhaps as old as humanity. Although most modern flight is for commercial or military purposes, the early pioneers of aviation wanted to fly for the thrill of it. Today, people worldwide enjoy the thrill in a variety of aerial sports. These sports may use powered planes, lighter-than-air balloons, gliders, parachutes, or hang gliders. Hang gliding has become one of the most popular sports. Also known as soaring, hang gliding is said to be the closest method that humans have to feeling like a bird in flight. A hang glider consists of a fabric wing attached to a lightweight portable frame. The wings are usually made of dacron, a fabric that can withstand great stress. A typical hang glider wing is about 32 feet, 9.8 meters long, and 7 feet, 2.1 meters wide. Aluminum tubing braces the structure. The pilot hangs beneath the wing in a harness and grips a horizontal control bar. The entire hang glider weighs about 40 to 70 pounds, 88.2 to 154.3 kilograms. A hang glider pilot often takes off by running downhill into the wind or a thermal, a rising air current. Skilled flyers may take off from a cliff, but that method is dangerous and difficult. In the air, the pilot moves his or her body and the control bar to change the glider's center of gravity. These changes cause the glider to turn or to go up or down. Like regular glider pilots, the hang glider pilot uses thermals to gain altitude and maintain it. Otto Lilienthal of Germany experimented with hang gliders as well as regular gliders in the late 1800s. Few others, however, showed much interest in them until 1951. In that year, U.S. space scientist Francis Rogallo and his wife Gertrude patented their flexible kite. This kite had no sticks, and its frame was flexible rather than rigid. The flexible kite developed into the first modern hang glider in the 1950s. Today, one of the most popular and easily flown models is called the Rogallo Wing, which is about 18 feet, 5.5 meters long, and weighs about 35 pounds, 77.2 kilograms. Hang gliding became especially popular in California and Australia during the 1960s. Competition in the sport has been growing rapidly since the early 1970s. Most events test the pilot's form and skill in distance runs, target landings, banked turns, and full circle turns.